What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Week 4 Picks, the Probably Wrong podcast. If we think we're wrong, we probably are. We got Frails, we got Rob. We're ready to go. How do we feel, boys?
Good.
Ate too much yesterday, but good.
Yeah, we all went to our local Bloomsburg Fair yesterday. Great time, good food, good eats.
Recovering.
What's your favorite thing that you had, Adam?
Won some goldfish.
You won goldfish?
Won some goldfish.
That's where we had all our fish from.
Adam, what's the best thing you ate yesterday?
Oh, the best thing I ate yesterday had to be the stuffed pretzel. That was a pretzel stuffed like a cheesesteak, and it was just
Very good.
divine.
Got one of those chicken bacon ranch stuffed pretzel.
I got one in the fridge.
Yeah, I heard you took 3. We got 3 yesterday total.
I ate 2 there. I took 1 home.
Yeah, my favorite thing was the mac and cheese armadillo balls. Oh, bacon
Good call.
wrapped
Good
sausage
call.
stuffed with jalapenos and cheddar cheese on top of mac and cheese, barbecue sauce, smoked.
Looked
Delightful.
amazing.
It was good.
You can't go wrong with fair food at all. It's just
Just don't get the potato on a stick. It didn't work.
Yeah, the Cajun seasoning was good, but the potato was just
It was too
I
much.
was there, I witnessed it. It was
It
good.
was too much. Like it got like old quick. Like it was
surprise favorite yesterday. It wasn't my favorite. The pretzel was my favorite, but surprise like close second. Deep fried ravioli.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
It
I
was
love
good.
fried raviolis. They're awesome.
Even the kids enjoyed those.
The Korean hot dog should have gotten it.
The
Should have
Korean
gotten.
corn dog.
I was up at 1 a.m. thinking about, man, I should have got that Korean hot dog.
It was good.
No, I didn't need it anymore, but I wanted it.
And then on the way out, we got the donuts covered in chocolate and peanut butter. Oh my god,
We got Mr. Stickies to go.
Get
It
deep
was
fried
delicious.
Oreos as a dessert.
it was a delicious day.
Head on your
All
local
around.
Bloomsburg Fair every year, folks, down in September,
Oh, yeah.
Pennsylvania.
If you're around, go.
Gained
Just go.
15 pounds
You
in a
might
day.
even be able to meet us one day.
Yeah, we walking around eating everything there.
We'll talk.
Sad part is I got home last night, put the Georgia Alabama game on, and had a nacho cheese lunchable.
What?
I ate a half
Just-
box of cheese too. There's no stopping me.
I mean, while we brought that up, I fell asleep. But what a game that was! Looking like
Wow.
absolute blowout to Georgia taking the
Coming back,
lead.
and then a 17-year-old just sealing the deal.
Dominated. He's really, really good.
I thought they were
Generational
easily
talent
going
right
to
there.
up there at the end.
That spin move, the catch, the spin move.
It was such a smooth spin.
I
move,
know.
too.
And then he
knew
like
it was
did
supposed
another
to get
one.
hit. It was
He was
crazy.
like
Yeah.
gliding.
It was
And then
very
he took He took his
anticipatory.
mouthpiece off on like the 2-yard line right before he scored. It was amazing,
Some guys are smooth. Some guys run like me.
Well,
which means they don't run at all.
I definitely wasn't making that play after yesterday.
No. I have a hitch in my step in my hip. Couldn't even walk for 5 hours.
It was a lot of steps. It's good to get the steps in as you're stuffing your face full of
I hatched
pride,
a-
everything.
hatch a 10-mile or 10-kilometer Pokemon egg. Just throwing that out there at the Bloomsburg Fair.
Perfect. That's really
you go,
great.
folks.
That's
All right.
excellent. That's why you tune in. We can talk some football then. That was our fair day yesterday. Today is NFL Sunday, week
Football
4. We're ready to go. We were right about some things last week. We were
And we
wrong
already
about
won.
some things last week. The Cowboys did already win. We all
At
picked the
what
Cowboys.
At
We all
what
picked the
cost?
Cowboys.
True. We did all pick the Cowboys because the Giants are garbage, even though they won last Sunday against
Mhm.
the garbage Browns.
Mhm.
First game, you guys want to just get into it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Steelers at the Colts. Steelers giving 2. The under over is 40. Defense, right? I mean, this game is crazy with poor quarterback play.
Pores.
Or
I'm not sure what to make of this. I feel like it either could be like a crazy game because the quarterbacks are just bad, but I feel like it's not going to be a very good game. Rob, what do you feel about this?
I got just based off from what I was reading online already, the Colts will be missing 4 of their 5 starting offensive linemen this game too.
That's
Plus
bad.
Plus Richardson
not good.
Plus Richardson just not looking the part, not playing enough games yet still, just wildly inaccurate and not reading a defense. TJ Watt is just always in the backfield making a play. He's just always around the ball in defense. So as bad as the Steelers are on offense, 3 touchdowns so far this year? The
Three.
Colts just they can't really figure it out yet. What we're just saying, they still have that run game, but given the Steelers with all the injuries to the Colts, and plus their quarterback just not looking the part quite yet.
I agree with the TJ Watt thing. I wonder, you think that he contains Richardson, or does Richardson run for like 100 yards in this game because he's constantly pressured?
I think if Richardson even runs for 100, they still lose just because he's not doing
Yeah.
enough on offense.
No, I can see that, but I'm wondering if does he go crazy with that?
He'll contain his side of the field, and the Steelers have other linebackers and whatnot to get to him. I think they're just going to dare him to throw the ball. They're not going to let the Steelers run the ball very much. I think Warren's still banged up too, so I think it's going to all right, Richardson, if you're going to beat us, you're going to be throwing it down the field, and I just don't see him beating him with his arm yet.
That the quarterback play is very much in question there. Adam, what do you think?
I'm with Rob on this one. Actually, I think give me the under. I don't think 40 is hitting there. I think Steelers. I think TJ Watt is going to be in that backfield all day. Richardson can't hit a 5-yard out, but he could throw the ball 80 yards down the field somehow.
Russell.
Well, I mean,
I think the Colts are going to try to run Jonathan Taylor away from Watt all game, but I just think that Steelers defense is just better than the Colts offense, and Steelers win. I think it's going to be a low scoring, close game because both teams are going to be run heavy. But Steelers, they're just better team.
it's funny because we always say like we like to side with the better quarterback generally.
Who's the better quarterback here, though?
That's the hard part here. I don't think there is a better quarterback. I don't know. I mean, the Steelers are probably just a better team all around with whoever the quarterback is. The defense, I'm going with the Steelers too. I think defense is going to be, if we can't pick the better quarterback, I'd rather pick the better defense. And I think they're the better defense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the best football player in this game is probably Jonathan Taylor, but the offensive football player.
Offensive football player. But I don't think I agree with you guys. TJ Watt's a menace. A menace to opposing offenses, and especially a guy that doesn't throw the ball very well. That's the one thought I have is he might have a really good game on the ground, not even designed runs, just scrambling, and he's big and athletic. And there was a game at the fair yesterday where it was run by the good old U.S. Army where you had to throw a 5-yard pass into the receiver's hand to win something, and I just thought in my head, Anthony Richardson would lose this.
Did you make the throw?
I didn't play. I just walked past it with the kids. I was like,
this guy.
If there's one quarterback in the NFL I wouldn't want to throw this, Anthony Richardson.
I thought you were throwing the pass. I mean,
I can't.
Give the viewers what they want.
The football, bad at throwing.
Well, Steelers across the board. Steelers 3 touchdowns, 3 wins. They aren't losing. That's
They might win again with only scoring 1 touchdown this game.
Coaching and defense goes a long way.
We'll see you next week, Steelers. We'll see you next.
We did say last week that the Steelers Chargers was going to be low scoring. It was 20-10 game, relatively low scoring. Would have stayed under this one, and it went. I would assume it definitely went under the game last week. We can move on then. We're all on the Steelers. To Eagles at the Bucks -1.5 over 42.
Oh my God!
Give me
How
the
you
Bucks.
feeling, Rich? How about you lead us off with this one? How you feel about this?
Well,
game?
because last week we said I heard the comments of the Eagles secondary, disgusting, garbage, trash. The defense can't stop anything.
Nothing. Not a nosebleed.
Rashid Shaheed didn't even
Zero
touch the
catches.
ball.
0 catches.
They only threw a big play Slay. And you said, what did you call him? No play Slay?
No play Slay.
No play
No
Slay.
play Slay.
Big play Slay. He made 1 big play. They only threw at him 1 time. Pass deflection. Then he got ran out of bounds. This man behind me right here.
That's the guy you got to be thanking. He's the reason, you guys. I feel like even
that was my
one-man wrecking.
Big man.
favorite game this season. One of my favorite games that I've watched for the Eagles in a while, and it was mostly because Jalen Carter.
I had such a good time watching him be that guy that you were thinking that he could be. That was just great to me.
Hopefully he got player of the game.
I don't know, probably not. I mean, he should have. That was my favorite thing. I mean, Saquon's big run, Dallas Goedert's big plays. I love
Saquon
that.
had a big game.
I mean, they smashed Smitty's head in, and the very next play, Saquon said, "Well, you're gonna do that to our guy. We're gonna score."
So you picking the Bucks?
No, I'm not gonna.
Oh, my bad.
No, we don't have AJ Brown. We don't have Smitty. We don't have Lane Johnson. That doesn't sound great, but we still got Saquon. We still got Jalen Carter and Jalen Hurts, and we got Goddard.
No play Slay. Yeah, you got him.
Yeah, no catches for the opposing team. Slay.
Let's see how
Mike Evans questionable. Probably playing. Godwin's questionable. All the top 4 receivers in the game were questionable going into the week now. Our two are out. Their 2, I think, are going to play. I'm taking the Eagles. I'm riding with them. Who could have guessed I was taking the Eagles? But I am.
What a wild guess.
Yeah. It's the way I feel confident in them. I liked what people were. I thought I came away from that game with promising that the defense played really well. 91 points put up in 2 games. They held them to 12. Mm-hmm. The first drive they went and kicked a field goal. The rest of the game they dominated the line of scrimmage. Yeah. I liked it. People were mad about Jalen. Jalen threw the interceptions early, the fumble and the interception, and then I think he held it together pretty good the rest of the game. Sirianni questionable calls. He should have punted the 2 field goals and then kicked the 2 field goals when we went for it, and then punted when he kicked the field goal.
Nick's the biggest problem, I think, so far on your team this year. He's getting his own way.
Huh? Yeah, and I mean, he's not even calling the plays, but he's making decisions that
that's the most important part, though, when it comes to points or not. And just, I don't know, I think he's the big. Even when I talk about the biggest issue so far, the Eagles, I think it's Jalen's turnovers and your head coach just being indecisive and not really knowing when to take points and not. I mean, you're dealing well, honestly, with the injuries, but your coach is kind of getting his own way. And Jalen, I mean, the facts are the facts. He leads the league in turnovers since last year or something like that. Mm-hmm. So if he can cut that down, they could probably be back to that Super Bowl contender. Because until he does that, if he keeps turning over against the good teams, like the real good teams, like Niners, if they're fully healthy, I mean, that's down the road. That's where it could kind of hurt them possibly.
Yep. That interception, it was like
it was a bad throw.
It was a timing route, and it was right there, but Smitty turned late, and I don't think that play's designed for him. I think that's a play where AJ Brown is the guy who runs that route, and then. But either way, making excuses, baby. But
you got him. You got him beating the Bucks.
Yeah, I'm taking them to beat the Bucks.
I think the Eagles are going to come back to reality this week. That defense is not going to play like they did last week. Like we said, no Smitty, no AJ Brown.
Go on.
Give me the Bucks.
Oh, they get more than that, Adam.
Oh my God.
Jesus, give me the Bucks. That's all I have to say. The defense coming around. How about
I think we're talking about Jalen Hurts not turning the ball over. I mean, who's he throwing to this week?
Johnny Wilson,
Dotson,
Paris Campbell,
yep. Okay,
Johan Dotson.
Give me the
a lot of handoffs to Barkley.
Yeah.
It's going to be a Barkley.
Give me
Dallas
the Bucks
game.
defense having more interceptions than Jalen completions.
That's no Brown.
Same statement. It's okay. Hey, both of you guys picked the Saints last week. You're
I was 1 3-yard crossing route to the tight end away from winning that pick. The Saints just play cover 2 zone defense. He doesn't go 60 yards down the sideline.
It's in Tampa.
It was a pick play, and all 3 of them ran into each other.
Zone and not letting that go past you. They stop him right there.
Weather might be an issue this game.
Well, it's
supposed to rain in the second half.
Oh, is it gone? I didn't know.
I heard it's supposed to rain in the second half.
All right.
But anyways, yeah.
Give me Tampa. Mike Evans questionable, probably going to play. They still have Chris Godwin, Baker Mayfield. I mean,
you got Bucky Irvin looking better and better, and that run defense
looking
still suspect.
Good.
A little banged up. Good. Bucky Irvin's a little banged up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he's gonna play, but he's a little banged up.
I'll take the
White was a little sick.
I would take the over in this game probably too.
So we don't have any offensive players, but we're gonna go over.
I mean, I think the Bucks are going to cover the over on their own.
Good
Oh,
call.
see, that's
Good
what I
call.
like.
Good call.
Mhm.
That's what last week it was. What Eagles were going to lose by 17 to the Saints.
Saints kind of got their own way too last week. They couldn't score. Like once they had the ball on the other side of the field, they get them messing up too. That game should have been a higher scoring game if both teams weren't turning it over in the red zone or taking points when they should have. It should have been a higher scoring game,
Yeah.
honestly, from both sides of from both teams last week. They both had a lot of red zone turnovers.
It's hard to lose
Hard
by
to say, hey,
17.
they won, but now it's on to the Bucks. And
A
like
win's-
I said,
a win's
no
a win.
Brown, no Smith, no Lane, no problem. Bucks by 20.
That's what last week. Saints by 17. They didn't even score 17 points.
Well, probably wrong, right?
It's
Probably
the
right.
same thing again. Here we go. 2-on-1. Eagles. I got the Eagles. They don't. That's
Bucky
okay.
Irvin, over 100 yards rushing.
Not a
Okay.
chance.
Hit it.
No. What? Hit it. Bet. You wanted to bet it? Hit it.
If you have a free $5 bet, Bucky Irvin over 100
Over 100.
yards. Put it in there. He's ripping off 160-yard touchdown run.
For first TD, Bucky Irvin.
Bucky Irvin. You know what? I'll put it in right now. Bucky Irvin, first touchdown,
Lock
over
it in.
80 yards rushing. DraftKings, you hear that? I got you.
And there it is. Bucky Irvin, player of the game. Eagles
Oh,
suck. Moving on.
Exactly.
We got Broncos at the Jets. Jets are giving
Oh,
8 in a 39-point game. For real. Go ahead. Well, Rob, go ahead. Take it away there.
All right. Well, I did pick the Broncos out of all the things I was
You
probably
did.
wrong about.
You
I did
did.
have the Broncos
You
winning
did.
big last week.
Me and Adam were on the other side, and you.
Yeah, I was hammering actually the Broncos last week, but yeah, this week though, not so fast, my friends, as that old man once said. So give me the Jets in this game. Aaron Rodgers, even Wilson's not having the yards yet. He's still having the targets, and he's going to be there. He's been a couple of tough matchups, Surtain this week again.
Yeah.
But I think the Jets are actually kind of finding themselves. The defense is playing better. That offense is starting to click with Rodgers. I think he's starting to get a little more of a grasp on it. The whole Saleh push thing and all that. I don't know if that was friendly or kind of like, I'm the man here.
It was weird, right?
It was
I
weird.
really
It
don't
was
know if
weird.
a serious push or not.
Yeah, that's what I didn't think, because I feel like I've seen Rodgers do that before, like let's go, like
Mm-hmm.
pushing, like not like get off me,
And
don't
they were
touch me,
winning
my coach.
too. So I didn't.
Yeah.
At the point we were winning, but I like the Jets. Honestly, how they're starting to look at them more now. That honestly, they got a two-headed monster back there, running back too now with.
I know that
Breece
kid's
Hall
pretty
and
good.
that monster of a man, Allen.
Allen,
Holy
yeah.
smokes, he doesn't look like he looks like a polar bear wearing a helmet. Like he looks like he's a big man. So I like the
Yeah.
Jets. If their running game going, Broncos, their core. I mean, they
They
won, but
looked better.
they
do
also
look
got
better.
a turnover
Oh,
to
Knicks
put
look
them
better.
on- Yeah, their turnovers put them in better position to score, which it capitalized on finally. But I like the Jets defense kind of calming them down this week, and Rodgers kind of just doing his thing to manage the game enough to win it by, I would say 7.
So they don't cover.
Don't cover, but they win. But I think it's at 7 that they really never have a shot at winning Broncos, where it's always a 7.
It's just
Like a-
always, they're just always up.
Yeah.
Like a late score cover.
Yeah.
At the end of the game, kind of.
Yeah.
Adam, who do you got?
I'm going to take the Jets too. We always talk about the better quarterback usually wins. Aaron Rodgers is obviously better
A
than
little more
Bo Nix.
experience.
Yeah, a little more experience. Like
Like 20
he's
years.
fine. Like Rob said, he's getting comfortable in that system. Him and Garrett Wilson are finding their groove still, but I think this might be the game where they try to go to Garrett a little more than they've been, and Garrett has a little breakout game against one of the best corners in the NFL, and it really just gets Aaron and Wilson going for the rest of the season. So I think I'm also with. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I don't think it's going to be high scoring, but the Jets are just the better team. They're going to win.
I agree. I'm going to take the Jets. I think the Jets are going to win. I think the Broncos have looked better. Patrick Surtain is incredible.
One of the
He's
best corners.
shut down all three, if not the best right now. And that reason, I don't think Garrett Wilson has a good game at all. I don't think they throw at him. Maybe a catch or two. And I could be wrong, but I don't see Rodgers pushing that issue because he's going to go to Lazard. Mike Williams is healthy. I think they're going to throw it to Breece. I think they're just going to avoid Surtain
he's going to have like if Wilson finds a way to get open here and there, he's going to try to get him the ball. But I don't think Wilson has a very good game here. Surtain's
They
too
got to move
good.
him in motion more. Get him away from the best corner. They just have him lined up and never move him. Like they need to get him away.
Surtain follows though.
And all that. Like just get him off the best guy. Put him in motion. Let him do his thing with the ball
So
in his hand.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to try to go deep at Surtain. I think what they're going to do is like have Wilson just run like slants and outs,
And that's what he's kind of been doing this year.
yeah, and I think they're going to feed him the ball.
Death by
Yeah.
a million paper cuts.
Yeah, but I think the paper cuts are going to come in the form of two massive running backs, and then, like, if I was going to bet in this, like, a thing, I would take like Lazard touchdown prop or maybe Mike Williams, but I think Lazard, like, anytime
Lazard's
touchdown
having a good
Lazard.
season.
That's because Rodgers likes him, and so
Yeah.
he's used to him, and he's gonna get the ball. That's what I would think, because that corner on the other side against Garrett Wilson, he's gonna follow him, and I think Lazard, like that to me, that's a good pick to score a touchdown is opposite.
Mike
And then
Williams, I like too. He looks healthy again. So until he,
He
doesn't,
looked healthy last
think
week.
they're
He
coming.
finally played.
when Mike Williams is healthy, he's very good. The season
Yeah.
that he almost played the whole year, he was awesome that year for the Chargers, but he just
and with a good
can't stay
quarterback now
healthy.
too. So yeah.
Yeah, and that when he had Herbert, he was really good. So now, one of those two or Brees, like I think you could go bet any of them to score. Even Allen, like you said, any of those guys to score a touchdown. I think, and I would just avoid Garrett Wilson.
Probably not a Bucky Irving game, but they'll probably do pretty well this week.
Probably not a but. Yeah, Bucky Irving, he's gonna the
Well,
Eagle
Becker
killer.
had the 50-point fantasy performance this week.
But we all on the Jets though this week then?
Yeah, it looks like the Jets. We're all on the Steelers, all on the Jets, and then the Eagles difference. Let's move on. The Bengals, the 0-3 Bengals at the 1-2 Panthers, over and under 47, second highest total of the game.
Wow.
The second highest total of the week in a game that has one combined win between the two teams.
The red rifle, baby. The red rifle.
So I was almost right last week. I said the Panthers were going to jump out to a 7-0 lead. I didn't think they were going to keep scoring, but
Yeah, they just didn't. They didn't stop scoring.
I don't think they continue that trend though. I think that was Andy Dalton's back, and that energy of just not having Bryce Young in and
A
having
competent quarterback. out there.
someone that can actually just complete a pass. And Adam Thielen's out this game, so there's one less weapon that Panthers have, which they don't have plenty to begin with.
They have.
They don't have a lot.
Deontay Johnson. They have a rookie receiver, Leggett.
Yeah, but
Who's pretty decent.
it's not a lot though.
Chuba Hubbard had a
Yeah,
really
I
good
mean,
game.
The Bengals are
Bengals
just better
defense.
than they should
I
be
mean,
right now.
Yeah, I mean the Bengals should have beat the Chiefs. That was a tough call on that pass interference.
And the Chiefs got another one too.
Yeah, the Chiefs got another. We could go on about all the calls the Chiefs are
Yeah,
doing this
but-
year already.
Back to this game though.
yeah,
the Bengals
but
Panthers.
Give me the Bengals. I think against that Panthers defense, Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase.
Burrow was very
They
good
have-
last week.
Yeah,
They
he's
have
been
to-
very good the last 2
Yeah,
weeks.
he's been
the Chiefs
good.
game, he was awesome. He was probably the better quarterback in that Chiefs game too.
They're going to win this game. I think they're going to win by more than 5. So I think they're going to cover.
Yeah, I agree.
The line's probably deflated a little bit because of that win that they had
Mhm.
last week. So you might be getting a little bit of value there.
This is a must win for the Bengals.
I was going to say
yeah.
that too.
This is a
Must
must
win.
win.
We
And I
talked
think this is
about
gonna be
that. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Rich.
We talked about that last week with the Lions, and I said I don't know if it's a must-win game, but it's a game that they really need to win. And now I agree, the Bengals. This is must, because if
This
not,
is a must.
you're talking. You have to go like one loss the rest of the season.
Yeah, and you can't start 0-4 with one of those losses being to the Panthers. You just
No.
can't.
No,
Yeah. I was gonna say that though because this might be that Bengals run though, because this is where the Bengals I feel like this starts their season because they always start slow. Maybe not
Always.
this slow, but I think this is the win they win, and now we'll watch them win 6-7 straight, and then
Mhm.
we'll be late November like, oh, the Bengals are only one game out of the division or something like that.
yeah,
Plus their division, as good as the Steelers are playing, well, I can't say good. They're 3-0.
As
I
good
feel
as the
like
defense is
division's
playing.
still up for grabs. They still have to play them twice. like I think this jumpstarts their season where they kind of get going, and I actually think this is where the Bengals season actually begins is today.
I agree. I was saying that before. The Bengals start slow, and then it's like they rip off like 8 games in a row, and you're like, oh, I thought the Bengals were bad, and now here they are, and they're really good, and they catch momentum, and they get healthy.
Burrow looks like the best player in the NFL.
Yeah.
For that 8-game stretch, I was like, he's back.
Yeah.
As long as he stays healthy, they should.
That's all. Just stay healthy.
Winning, hopefully today.
I think. Do we see what Jamar Chase did with when he's not being double, triple covered when T Higgins came back? He had a game last week.
Yeah, he's good. It's hard to tell who's going to have what receiver's going to have the big day. Is it going to be Higgins or Chase?
They usually both do. So it's
They
nice.
usually
Yeah.
both do.
He could support both of them.
I think Higgins was just finding his footing again last week.
Yeah,
But it still freed up Chase to just go
do
off.
his thing. Yeah.
yeah. So I guess we're all in agreement here. We're going to take the Bengals.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Love that for us. We agreeing on quite a bit here today.
It's the matchups.
Yeah, we'll go to the next one. We got Texans at home against the Jaguars, given 5.5 over under 44.5. Rob, Texans at Jags at Texans.
Texans are at home after an embarrassing loss last week. Trevor, he has to be on the hottest seat when it comes to quarterbacks in football. Outside of somehow Bryce Young's stock getting lower after Andy Dalton's performance last week, Trevor has to be right there when it comes to quarterbacks just not being the guy. And I think this team's one loss away from almost blowing it up, I would almost say.
I was going to say the same thing.
Mm.
If they lose, Doug Peterson might be on the hot seat, like gone.
I mean,
he's on the hot seat.
Yeah, he might be like gone.
Yeah, so give me the Texans after that. They're going to come back. I know no Mixon today, but I still think that offensive weapons they got on like at the receiving core are just going to be too much for the Jaguars. I mean, unless Trevor, the light flicks on for him or something like that, I think the season's on the fringes of just a collapse, and they're looking for a new quarterback very soon. So give me the Texans, and I think they actually smash that 5.5 this week.
I could see that happening.
I could see them smashing that. I'm on the Texans as well. I also think Doug Peterson's. If they lose this game, he's gone.
Yeah.
He has to be. I disagree. I think Trevor Lawrence should not be playing if he keeps doing what he's doing. I don't think the Jags will bench him though because they're just paying him.
Yeah, I
so
mean,
much
money talks and all that,
Yeah.
but there's no reason why he shouldn't be
No,
bench. Like he has to be at one
I'm
point.
still trying to figure out how they paid him like a top 5 quarterback contract.
It's just so hard to find good quarterbacks in the league. So he has that potential, and it shows like flash.
He's
So you
had the
pay the
potential for the
quarterback-
last 3 or 4 years though.
I know, but
He also
you
had-
always get the
he
quarterback
also-
that has a shot.
He had, and I'm not even going to say arguably, he had the worst NFL coach ever
Oh yeah,
in Urban Meyer
I
for
said
part
the
of that.
Panthers last year.
Oh, yeah, he was. He was the worst NFL coach.
The worst NFL coach ever, without a doubt in my mind. I'm not going to say arguably, but could have stunted his growth there a little bit in that aspect. But I agree with you guys. Something's going to happen if they. I think it's going to be. Well, it's going to be Doug first before it's Trevor.
You're always
for
the
sure.
scapegoat.
Yeah. Though, I mean, the Jags were a win away from the playoffs last year. All they had to do was beat the Colts, right?
Did they get smacked?
They were in, and they lost like late in the game, though. I'm pretty sure, something like that. But
that's when Trevor should win. Trevor, you're paying him to win those games.
Yeah, also coaching. I mean, look what Matt LaFleur is doing with Malik Willis. If you
who Malik Willis might not be playing this week. Jordan Love is active.
Well, we're gonna that's the next
there.
game on the list. Next game on the list. So you both have the Texans.
Give me the Texans after this game. Peterson's
This is
fired.
Rob's lock of the week.
Lock of the week.
Lock it in. Sound production. Boom, 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 boom. Lock of the week.
So is the Vikings defense that good? Do we think?
Yes.
Texas only put up 7 points.
Yes, Vikings. I think the Vikings defense is that good.
They have
Small
2
sample size, but still big enough now. Where 3 weeks in a row against good teams, they're shutting down the better teams in the league. There's no reason not to say at this point in the season they're not a good defense.
I think
2 guys on their line with 4 sacks too.
I think their defense. They have good players, but I think their defensive coordinator, and his name is escaping me for the life of me, is brilliant. His scheme is just out of this world.
They have very good coaching. Kevin O'Connell's a very
Mhm.
good coach. As you said, the defensive coordinator. I want to get different here. Clemson guy. I love Trevor, but I'm agreeing with you guys more and more as he's not obviously lived up to the potential of the number one pick. He was probably the best quarterback prospect to come out of college and forever.
Yeah.
I don't remember anybody that had a better kind of college career
Yeah,
that you were
great
excited
college
for.
career.
There's a man at Texas right now that's coming for that kind of throne.
Arch.
Archie, whoo, baby. We'll go on to the next game, but yeah, talk about a can't-miss prospect just from watching games last night.
That's a tough break for yours.
Never would have thought that you'll see a man be able
Heisman,
to run
second
the
best
ball.
player on the team.
Yeah, Arch can move a little bit.
Arch has some wheels.
Arch can scoot.
As I would say,
Arch can scoot out there. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Texans. I think they bounce back. Stroud's too good. That team's too good. Doesn't matter if Mixon's not there. Cam Akers is fine, and they could throw. No Tank Dell either, by the way.
Yeah.
But
They still have Diggs and
He's been non-existent.
It's just
all year, so.
that's unfortunate that they brought in Diggs to just like dominate Tank's playing time. But we are in lockstep here.
Yeah.
But this next game is a pretty interesting one. Vikings at the Packers, divisional game. Packers giving 3 at home to the undefeated Vikings. Go ahead.
Vikings go 4-0 this week.
Wow.
I think
Confident.
Packers are going to start Jordan Love, and I think it's going to take him a game or two to kind of get back into the groove of things. So I think that this Vikings defense, that scheme, Jordan Love's first. I know he's active, I'm pretty sure he's starting. Sure he's starting.
Yeah, he's
There's
definitely.
always a roster spot on him.
I think he'll have a decent game, but he's not going to have his footing back just yet. It's going to be like Aaron Rodgers' first game back on Monday night after Achilles. It takes a little tentative. And just for that reason, I think it's going to be a very close game, but give me the Vikings. Justin Jefferson is just going. I know Packers have an amazing
Jair Alexander.
I was just going to say that he's ruled out of this game, and that's why I'm going to be picking the Vikings this week too.
And they're in trouble.
Jair Alexander has been ruled out this week.
Yep, they're in
So
trouble.
Matt LaFleur is honestly probably my favorite coach in football.
Very good.
I just like the way he gets the best of all his players and schemes and all that. But I was going to be picking the Packers just because like I just said, the coaching. But now with Alexander out, Jefferson, he's the man. And with that defense, with Love being a little banged up, still is banged up. I like the Vikings as well now. Yep. Until I just read that Alexander was out, I was going Packers. But now when your best receiver can kind of break free, it might make a huge difference. Well, will make a huge difference. So give me the Vikings as well. Somehow they stay 4-0. No one had that, but here we are.
Didn't have that on the bingo
card
this year.
No one had that.
Our line has to be changing too if he's out.
The interesting thing is, as we just actually said just a few minutes ago, is this coaching matchup is excellent. These are two very good coaches. Schemes, getting, like you said, get the best out of your players. Like Sam Darnold, like career revitalized right here, at least for the time being. He seems like he's playing within himself and not trying to do too much. And you don't really have to do that much when you're throwing to Justin Jefferson. Also, that Naylor, he's scored a touchdown in every single game so far this year.
Naylor,
only a few great coaching matchup. I'm on the Vikings.
What's Darnold's injury? Wasn't he hurt?
Darnold's hurt.
I think he's okay.
Didn't he get banged up though last week?
Yeah, because he came out for a minute, but I think he came back in the game. I could be.
All right, yeah, as long as he's playing too, yeah. I just want to make sure he was playing. I didn't double check that,
but I mean, you got to think too. Like the Aaron Jones revenge game, Rob's favorite player.
Aaron Jones, best
revenge game.
Steal the draft of all fancy drafts. You don't want I'll take him.
They want him to score. They're gonna want him to score a touchdown in this game.
Yeah, Sam
receiving running back in football this year. Aaron Jones. Who would have thought?
Sam Darnold is expected to suit up and start.
Thank you, Adam.
Well, there we go, and that's a
Clean sweep on the Vikings here.
He's had a rough beginning of his career too, though. The teams he's been on. He started in New York, then he went to Carolina. Like
That's kind of what's tough about being a top drafted quarterback is like you
Go to
get
the
drafted
worst
these bad
bad
teams,
teams.
and
Which
it's
is
like
a great
if,
segue
Unless
to
you're
the
Caleb
Bears.
Williams.
if you're not like CJ Stroud and they just like put a bunch of players around you and you get a new young coach that like and you come out and you dominate, you need time to develop. Nobody really lets quarterbacks develop anymore. It's either
We don't
you
sit
come out,
much. Yeah.
except for the Packers,
So I think
which I mean maybe we should be taking notes there.
just draft a quarterback in the first round, let your fan base get pissed off at you, or start a cornerback get pissed off at you, and then let him sit for 3 years and let your
And you got a
starting
franchise
go to-
quarterback.
let him go to New York, and then you have a new franchise quarterback.
But and Darnold, man, that Rose Bowl he played in against Penn
So
State.
good.
I was one of my he was amazing. I thought for sure, like coming into the pros, he was just gonna be he made every throw, he made all the plays.
I think what helped Sam too is being a backup with San Fran last year too. So Sam said it too. He said he learned a lot from Kyle Shanahan and also being with Brock Purdy. Actually, he said this was a quote from Sam Darnold that he never studied like Brock Purdy's been studying the game. Like he said, like he would go through the game plan and everything and watch film, but like he's saying, like I sat with Brock Purdy and he was like he gets into like such depth at the studying and like trying to learn like the defensive schemes. Like I never really did that before until
They
I
probably
was
won
in
the
San
Super
Fran.
Bowl.
That sounds like a good idea.
Ah,
Yeah, they probably won the Super Bowl. Sam Darnold's your quarterback.
wow.
Trash can.
Brock Purdy outplayed Patrick Mahomes in that Super Bowl.
Eh.
So
How many
Jalen
rings?
Hurts.
Put all his rings in a box. Put all Mahomes' ring on a box. See which one has more.
I'm taking both boxes.
Anyways.
Anyway, the Vikings across the board.
Vikings across the board.
Here we go. So both teams coming off losses last week. Saints at the Falcons, -3, over under 41. So I think the Saints kind of bounce back here. I don't think the Falcons are very good. I don't know if Kirk Cousins is as good as I think they probably would have beat the Saints the Chiefs if they don't get that they get the flag that they should have got at the end of the game. Who knows? I don't think the Falcons beat the Eagles. I think the Eagles kind of just messed it up against the Falcons, lose by a point. I don't know if they took that game from us. I think we might have given it away a little bit at the end there.
There's a lot of you're saying the Falcons didn't win and lost because of nothing they did.
What?
You said you don't think the Falcons beat the Eagles. You think the Eagles gave it to the Falcons, and you think
Yes.
the Chiefs still would have beat the Falcons if they got the call.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But so like that the Eagles won. They didn't do anything to take the game, is what I'm saying.
No.
So like if they were better, they would have just won the game without having the Eagles to make a mistake at the end.
Probably But like I was saying, but back to this game though, Saints, Kamara and Olave are both questionable. They're both probably going to play, but both are banged up this week too. So that will matter against that Falcons.
Yeah, Kamara's going to play, and they're missing offensive lineman. The Saints.
Yeah,
Pretty sure.
they're left tackle. So I mean, they're pretty banged up, and Falcons are at home. So honestly, I like the Falcons this week. I think that offensive power starts going because we said it last week. The Saints, are they really as good as their record showed against the first 2 weeks? I mean, I think they lost a week. Like I said earlier, like Goddard 3-yard crossing route, you couldn't stop that to win the game. And I think the Falcons offense that's going this week, and I like the Falcons in this week. I think the Saints kind of like not start tumbling a little here, but like I think they're true.
They slide a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, they're a good team, not this dominant team they were for the first 2 weeks. And I think the Falcons are a better team than last year. And I think at home with those weapons, Saints being banged up, I like the Falcons this week.
Rob's on the Falcons. Adam, what do you got?
I'm on the Falcons as well, actually. I think the Saints. I'm still indecisive about the Saints. They had 2 really good games, and then against the Eagles, they looked like they never played football before.
So the defense was too good.
I know that the Eagles defense, Carter played phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Again, like Falcons beat the Eagles. I believe the Falcons should beat the Chiefs. It's in Atlanta. Kirk Cousins is finally. I think again we're talking about finding their footing. Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins coming off the same injury. Both of them are kind of getting familiar with offense and finding their footing. Bijan is going to have a game.
I'm taking the Saints.
I like it, but
it's Kamara. I know Kamara's banged up with the ribs. I think he's going to come out and crush, and then Shaheed's got to be not happy about not touching the ball last week.
And it would allow to be a little banged up too now.
Yeah, but also I'm gonna take the Mooney anytime touchdown in that game. I think Mooney's gonna score. He's been getting targeted.
Mooney's been good.
He's used way more than Drake London. Drake London's like a
decoy,
like a little volume, like move the chains kind of thing. Like when they move motion, it's Mooney. When they go deep, it's Mooney. And then sometimes it's like the motion is Pitts and stuff. But Mooney's kind of used a lot more, even though, I mean, London had a good game last week, 6 for 64 and a touchdown. But I like Mooney to score in that game. But I'm going to take the Saints to win. And I like everything about. I think they're gonna beat them. I don't think they're very. They're gonna bounce back. I don't think they're gonna score 40-some, but they're gonna bounce back and beat the Falcons.
Well said. Falcons by 10.
There it is. Falcons by 10. Move on to a real slobber knocker here. Rams at the Bears. Bears giving 3 somehow.
No Nakua, no Cup, no problem, baby.
Here we go.
Just no problem at all. I couldn't even think of an easier pick last week than that game. But Jesus, Niners, Purdy. But yeah, give me the Rams.
What did he do wrong that game? Name one thing Purdy did wrong that game.
He didn't win. So give me the Rams. Yeah, give me the Rams again. They keep rolling. McBabe, he's just going to keep on doing what he does with his players. I mean, the Bears, Caleb Williams, he's looking better. I got to give him props to that. Keenan
I think he gets Keenan. Yeah.
But I still think outcoached again. Most of the time, you're going to be outcoached by the Rams. I like their defense. And yeah, no Kua, no Cup, no problem. Rams cover, they win.
Go ahead, Adam. Rebuttal. I guess it's not a rebuttal. We got just talk. Just talk.
Purdy didn't win the game. He did nothing to lose at the.
What is this? The Niners podcast?
No, we don't want to talk about trash cans.
Give me Chicago.
He's just mad. He's just mad.
Tilt picks the Bears. Unreal.
Oh, he hates. Oh God.
I'm in his head. I'm gonna mute you for 10 minutes for that.
No, I think Caleb Williams is gonna gonna have a good game this week.
Yeah, that's good. It's like Purdy had a good game too. What happened?
Purdy had a great game. The 49ers receivers did not, except Juwan Jennings. Anyway, give me the Bears. Keenan Allen's back. DJ Moore's gonna just keep doing what DJ Moore does.
Mm-hmm.
Like you did last week. I don't think you had a very good game last week. Rome did.
And that's your
had a good game.
Pick of the week.
I don't know. I just think Los Angeles better coach, better quarterback. We usually wins, but I think Chicago, they have to look good eventually. Yeah. Even if it's just for one game, I think they're going to look good this game. I think they're going to just do a lot of quick throws. They're not going to try to make Caleb Williams go deep or try to get crazy reading that defense. It's going to be a lot of here's your read. It's quick. Find them, get the ball in your playmakers' hands, and let
the Keenan Allen special.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm not convinced. I'm going to take the Rams in this one too. Like you said, a better coach. I like coaches that are better. Kyron Williams is still really good. Mm-hmm. Like Tutu Atwell and those guys, they still played well. They're definitely like competent receivers that they could use. And McVay knows how to use them. It's
Yeah.
just
Mhm.
it's gonna be a better quarterback, a better coach. I think it matters more in this game than the other ones we were talking about. Is the better quarterback and the better coach because
Mhm.
it's
with the injury.
you got that young,
overcome
yeah,
it.
to just to use what you have to have, and like it's kind of like polar opposites. You have the better quarterback with no weapons, like
No
receiving
problem.
weapons,
No
but
problem.
no problem. But then you have the worst quarterback with all the weapons you could want, basically at receiver,
What,
and
we
like
talking about
DeAndre
the
Swift's the
Niners
worst
again?
running back in the league.
So bad. He can't be starting today. He'll play, but I don't think they can't start.
Roshan Johnson.
They have, yeah. He looked good.
Yeah, he's
Johnson
the
looked
man.
good.
They said he's going to get a lot more carries.
Yep.
Sneaky pickup in all those DraftKings leagues out there, folks. Pick them up.
I have him in. I saw my one. I have
Yeah,
Roshan on in a best ball team. I was like, oh well, that's nice. But yeah, I'm on the Rams for those reasons specifically.
Yeah, Adams picks purely on hate and just needs to.
Yeah,
that
ultra
has nothing to do
tilt.
with the Bears. Next week he won't pick the Bears no matter who they're playing.
Tilted. He's tilted. That's the last 1 o'clock game. We're getting to the 4 o'clock games.
A must win.
The biggest spread of the week, Cole. Patriots at the 49ers giving 10.5.
It's a must win.
Wow.
10.5 point spread with a 41 under over. Adam, go ahead. You could
Floor is
set it
yours,
off
Adam.
here. I
It's
want
a
to know
must.
what the Niners team total is expected. Go ahead.
They're putting up 33 at least.
33. That's
At least.
Wow. Full
Okay.
prediction.
Full tilt.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
all in. They're putting up
It's with
33 points.
All in with 7 deuce.
That's all I got.
I mean, Debo's expected to play.
That's good.
Juwan Jennings is arguably their actually like best receiver on the team.
I was
Like,
gonna say, is Ayuk
pure
still in
wide
timeout?
receiver.
Is Ayuk still in timeout? I thought he was still in a
I saw
tantrum.
that it wasn't a tantrum. I saw the video.
Yeah, you
what
saw
happened?
it. Yeah,
He
explain to us,
got
Adam.
asked to change his shorts at practice, and he tried to kick him off his feet. And everyone's like, "Oh, he threw a teeth." It wasn't a tantrum. I know what tantrums are. My kids have them.
Yeah, we see every week.
So you're taking the Niners to
I'm
score
taking
33 points.
Niners 33 at least. At least. This is my pick of the week. Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Lock it.
This
in.
is your lock of the week.
lock of the week. San
The-
Fran.
So your lock of the week is the highest spread total and your own.
You
team.
are you're a gutsy man, man. I'll tell you that.
Hey,
Wow.
last
Wow.
couple
10 and a
weeks,
half. Let me get my
Hey,
lock out.
if we went based off the spread, the Niners have been getting every week. It's been at least 8 to 10, and they've lost a couple of those.
They got to be 0-3 against the spread, huh?
So
folks.
give me the Niners.
Okay. Go
At
ahead,
least
Rob.
33.
No quarterback, no receivers, solid running back, no problem. Niners do win this game. But
I was on the edge of my seat. I didn't expect that.
Patriots, as good as I guess they kind of are playing what they have, not gonna be enough. Shanahan, great coach, got to give him that. Enough weapons to win this game, despite the lack of quarterback play from the Niners side. I still think they overcome it, and I still think they cover. They might score 33 points, but I think Patriots do score a little bit on their own. I think they score about 10. I'm going to give it that 28-10 win. So that I think they don't score 33. So, but anyways, yeah, Niners win. Purdy's not the reason they win though.
He's playing better than Dak.
They overcome it. That's
Speaking of-
great. That's great. Drake May played last week.
You did.
Who plays this week?
I was just wondering, do you think he plays or no?
I
Is he
think
starting?
I think they said Jacoby's still starting.
Veteran presence against a better opponent, usually how they do it. You don't want to put May in a spot like that against the Niners defense. As good as Fred
I
Warner is, whatever.
I think this Niners defense today is going to come out and just try to
Yeah. So does
dominate.
Vegas with that.
Dominate
Yeah.
Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
I mean,
well played, Adam, man.
I mean, they were dominating last week, and then they, for some odd reason, that defense just decided, hey, we don't want to play anymore.
Yeah.
Coaching.
Coaching, quarterback, probably the reasons why. But hey. We got
Yeah, I'm
Who you
taking the Niners. I don't think that it's a 10.5-point spread. The Patriots aren't very good. They brought their rookie quarterback in, I think, earlier than they really wanted to in this.
I think they
it's,
should start Drake May from day one.
I don't personally. Their schedule is insane. They have the hardest schedule. Their first 9 games is just brutal,
Have you
and their
seen
offensive
the
line is
schedule?
terrible. You're just putting him out there to just get pummeled,
Mhm.
and then you have the whole fan base questioning whether he's good. At least this way, you're just like let a veteran guy go out,
Mhm.
try to play a game. He beat the Bengals in week 1. Let him just sit there. Let him learn a little bit, and then he doesn't have to be destroyed, and then his confidence is destroyed.
Exactly.
The fan base is crushing them. Oh, we picked the wrong guy. You picked all that. We all know where it goes into that. I think they made a good choice, and then bring him in late in games. I think is a good idea also because
Good
it's
experience.
experience. It doesn't matter. It is, but I'm taking the Niners. I think 10.5 points. I don't. If we're wrong, then probably are.
The podcast is right.
If we're wrong, I might cry.
Yeah. We're just gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the highest total of the week. Commanders at the Cardinals, giving 3.5. Cards are given 3.5. 49 over. A cool quarterback
He's
battle
scary.
in this one.
He is scary.
He's good.
He probably should have been the number 1 quarterback picked, honestly.
Oh yeah.
He looks good. That was a good game they played last week. The Commanders
as a
are
Cowboys fan and probably for an Eagles fan.
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
because now they have a good quarterback and they have weapons there. It literally last week was more so for like a Cowboys fan base. It was just like, oh shit, the Redskins might be for real again now if they have a quarterback.
Commanders.
Commanders, my fault, folks. But with all that said, give me the Cardinals this week though, because I like the way Kyle Murray's actually playing and with their weapons more. Redskins, he's oh my god, Commanders, I'm sorry, is going to be better going forward. But I still like the Cardinals and their weapons more this week than the Commanders have right now.
This is going to be an exciting game to watch.
It's going to be a fun one.
They don't have Eckler, so Brian Robinson Jr. probably get a little more run there. I'm excited for this game. I think I'm calling it now. It's Jaden Daniels' first 100-yard rushing game.
You need that.
You've been calling since week 1.
No, I said he's going to go for 1,000.
I just said that you need that for that 1,000. So this.
Yeah. Well, Adam said I've been saying it since week 1, but I'm calling this is the first one. This is his 100-yard game, 100-yard game. The soft defenses in this game.
Yeah.
If you overs, props, fantasy, start everybody you got from this game.
It should be a fun game just to watch because of the offense there should be in this game from both sides.
Yeah, the quarterbacks are could throw. They could both scoop for sure.
Kyler looks funny when he's scooting, but he could scoop.
He could scoop. Adam, who do you like in this game? Which way you like?
I can honestly see this game going either way. I mean, I can see the Cardinals winning. I can see the Commanders winning.
Oh, so can we.
Yeah, I think just the way Jaden played last week, I think it's just that momentum he has right now. It's going to carry over, and I think the Commanders are going to win this game. Going to be a close one.
Commanders, nice.
Daniels,
yeah. Give me the Commanders. Give me Jaden Daniels. I think I agree with Rich this week. He's going to rush for over 100.
Ooh.
I think he's going to rush for over 100. He's going to throw for over 200. He's going to have a game.
Him and Bucky both rushing over 100 this week. I like
it. Give me Washington though.
I agree. I think it's a little harder. I think the line being over 3 is too high.
It's a pick 'em.
Yeah, it should be at least less than a score, in my opinion.
Like 2.5. You thinking?
Yeah. So even if it was just 3, if it was just 3 at home for the Cardinals, okay. But I think over 3 is a little too high. 100 yards for Jaden Daniels. I think Kyler might push for the same. I think you got a big Maserati Marv game. I don't know who's gonna, like, McLaurin
looked good last week, but I don't know if he's going to be the consistent every week guy for Jaden Daniels.
He should be. I mean,
he
has
should be.
talent
He
to do
should. I agree, but I don't know if he's going to be. I mean, well, remains to be seen. I mean, it could be Zach Ertz this game. He's getting a lot of run.
Zach Ertz is actually having a very quietly good season so far.
And
Especially for-
McBride's out this week too for the Cardinals. We're talking about tight ends. McBride's ruled out.
Especially for how unproductive the tight end position has been so far this year.
Mhm.
Ertz has been pretty decent tight end for them, but I Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are going to win. I want to lean the Commanders.
But as an Eagles
But-
fan, you just can't.
It's not. It's last week when I said with the Lions, and I said like with my heart, it's the Commanders. With my head, it's the Cardinals. I think, and that's what I'm going to go with my head again. Because as much as I don't want to be, like I'm a Jaden Daniels fan. Like,
Yeah, he's
and
fun.
I
He's
don't
fun to
want to.
watch.
I don't want to root for the Commanders or anything, but that's why I'm having a hard time with Jaden Daniels and Malik Neighbors in my division now, and those guys are exciting. And like Daniels is, I like him, but I'm going to go with the Cardinals in this game.
So are the Bears kicking themselves in the ass right now?
Nah, too early. Caleb
Too
wasn't.
early?
That's
Can't
one
win this
thing
guy.
I hate about it's what GMs do. Like you think, I mean, granted, Caleb Williams probably coming out of college definitely should have been the #1 overall pick.
Yeah,
But
he deserved to be.
He
Jaden
deserved it,
Daniels,
yeah.
Jaden Daniels just won the Heisman. It's
Mhm.
and GMs try to cover their own self by you take that player because if he's bad, everyone would have picked him in the first slot.
Yep.
So
Well,
you cover
because
your own
passing-
ass.
Because his passing wasn't supposed to be as where Caleb's was, and that's what really sold there because he had the Mahomes type throws.
Yeah.
And what's his name? Dude from the Commanders didn't really throw that well in college. It was more
Yeah,
of an athlete
agreed.
than anything.
Yeah. So I'm on the Cardinals in that one. I think that's going to be
Fun game to watch.
game of the week.
Potentially rookie of the year battle going down this game.
Oh, and Marvin Harrison.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's gonna be like game of the week. It's gonna be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
We move on. Chiefs giving 7 to the Chargers in Los Angeles, 41.5 point
The
over.
fix is already in.
The fix is in. Go
They,
ahead.
they
continue.
suspended Derwin James for a completely
Playing
legal
football.
tackle.
Yeah, for playing football. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even get to that. Well, we're not an Eagles podcast. Go ahead.
No, but yeah.
The fix is already in. Give me the Chiefs. The fix
That
is
was-
in.
Yeah. I don't think the fix is in this week. I just think the Chiefs dominate them. I think it's where they honestly, hey, refs, they're getting on us this week. You're like, yo, we don't need you this week. I think they kind of just beat up on the Chargers this week where they don't need the Zebras to help them that much. And I think they just kind of like outright beat them. It's one of those games where, like I mentioned before, where they're just always winning the game. You might think a Chargers score, maybe get a turnover, whatever, but I think the Chiefs kind of just command this game from beginning to end, and they really don't need the help of the referees, as the public will be saying recently.
Steal for over 100 this game?
No. But
No.
I'm taking the
Oh,
Chiefs,
Jesus.
and I'm going to say this is the Travis Kelce touchdown. Anytime.
He's due. He's due.
Very
Travis Kelce-
due.
How about Travis Kelce just do anything?
A whole
That meme with the poking of the stick.
I'll do
He's
something.
getting the
yeah.
targets. He's just not. They're just doubling him still, though. As good as they look on offense, the Chiefs week 1 with Worthy, Rice, and all that, they're still doubling Kelsey and like just shading the way to Rice and letting Worthy do his boom or bust play. They're
And
still,
it's weird though. Like, they also seem like they're playing like 3 tight end sets too.
yeah.
I've never really seen the Chiefs do that.
I think it's just going to keep Kelsey
Adapt.
fresh throughout the game and the season, where you don't run him out every play as well.
I'm on the Chiefs. This is gonna be like a 31-10 game. This is my lock. I'm on the Chiefs locking it up again. I don't Herbert dealing with a little ankle thing. Supposed
Mm-hmm.
to play,
He's one
But
of those guys
still.
that just always seems like he has something going on.
but that's what I'm
Now
saying.
it's
He's got
looking
stuff
good.
going on. But I'm lock it in. Chiefs take it to the bank. 31-10.
I will say take Dobbins anytime touchdown scorer this game.
All right. I don't know. Maybe. I think Dobbins has a pretty decent game. He might score the only touchdown, but actually, it makes sense if he's the one that scores a touchdown to me.
Brad McConkley.
One of the greatest names.
I agree completely. So that's Chiefs across the board there.
Yeah.
We can move on then. Browns at the Raiders. Browns giving 2.5 on the road.
This is when you
36.5
go pick
points.
up-
I don't know.
You go get the pizza, the
This
wings.
is when you go pick up the pizza and you're like, all right, it's 4:30. Let's go get the food.
Are the Raiders good? Are the Raiders bad?
Well, they don't have Devontae Adams today.
Oh, and they
He
also
wants
just lost
out.
to the Panthers.
He wants out, Adams.
Oh
think
yeah,
that's
I mean
usually
he wants a
his-
quarterback.
Yeah.
You get spoiled when you have Aaron Rodgers throw you the football forever.
Browns lose to the Giants. Raiders lose to the Panthers. Who do you pick this game?
I picked the Raiders, actually, without Adams. I think it's going to be one of those situations, kind of like the Bills were with Diggs last year, where you just always felt like you had to throw him the ball, and they're doing better without Diggs there. So same thing with the Raiders. It's like no more Adams, just give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. They spread it around. They use their weapons. They have probably the best productive tight end in football so far this year.
Bowers.
I like their running game still. And I think the Raiders just beat the Browns. Browns, I know Dallas felt good after week 1, but Browns may not just be a good team.
Browns might be bad.
I mean, they have a solid defense, but they just can't get anything going on offense. And if you can
Who's the
score on
best
them
quarterback?
in this game,
Mm-hmm.
oh God,
That's why I ask, because that's a
don't
crazy
know.
question. That's a
That's what
crazy
I'm-
question.
I don't know. It's just never Watson. So
you
give me
want
the
my
Raiders.
honest
Yeah.
opinion? Who's the best quarterback in this game? His name's Jameis Winston, and he's on the bench.
And he's
That could
licking
be
all those
true.
fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Adam, go ahead.
I think just because of Rob said Devontae's not playing and it's going to free up all those other receivers. The Browns have a really good defense still, I believe, and I think just for that sole reason, I think the Browns are going to win this game.
I think that Myers ruled out though for him too, though. That might matter. Whatever. his name is.
Jacoby?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
fine.
I'm
They still-
taking. Go
They still
ahead.
have Myles Garrett on defense.
I'm taking the Raiders in this game. Brock Bowers, 11 for 130 and 2.
Wow. It's going to be like if you want to watch this game, they do have two of the most exciting defensive ends in the NFL to watch.
Jordan Love is active.
Love it.
Already
Breaking
knew that.
news.
Breaking news.
All right,
Love
Adam.
will be active. First report.
Yeah, but I mean, Myles Garrett and his name is escaping me. Just like that, I just had it.
Max Crosby.
Max Crosby. So fun to watch both of them.
Yeah, it's the Raiders for me. And Brock Bowers is
Right.
going to go nuts
Well-
in this game. Just nuts.
I'm going Cleveland. I don't think either quarterback's going to do something to win the game, but I think one of them's going to do something to lose the game.
Well, and there you have it. We'll move on. Next, Bills at Ravens.
This is a fun one.
Sunday night football over under. Ravens are given 2.5 to the Bills. 46.5 point total.
This is gonna be a really good game to watch.
This is going to be a fun one to watch tonight.
Yeah,
Well-
it's I think it's going to be good. I like the Bills. I don't care. Josh Allen's playing now.
He's my MVP pick of the year, and
Yes.
he's just balling.
And you're
Plays
telling
so
me
well.
he's getting 2.5 points. And the Ravens haven't looked like the Ravens of last year. They haven't been too
Fluke
sharp.
win last week. Fluke win last week. Yeah.
I don't know. And they looked really good last week. Really
Yes,
good.
Yeah. So did the Niners. So
Talking about defenses that can't stop a bloody nose. Ooh.
Well, I think Derrick Henry's a little bit bigger than a bloody nose, but that's just
and that's
You
not
get-
it.
Not-
That
that's
was
actually-
last week. This week, the MVP to be wins this game against Baltimore in Baltimore. Give me the Bills. Late field goal, though, to win it, though. Close game. Lamar's going to do everything he can to prove that he's the better athletic quarterback here. But I think Allen overcomes it because I just love the way he's spreading the ball right now, to Shakir especially. He's just finding him. He's like a magnet to that guy. And give me the Bills. Late field goal to win. Fun game to watch. Stay up for it,
Fun
folks.
game to watch. I'm on the Bills as well. Just Josh Allen right now is MVP of the NFL. He looks so good doing everything. It's actually fun to watch this offense without Stephon Diggs, to see like who's stepping up for them, and Josh Allen just, hey, you're the guy this week, or hey, no, you are. It's fun to see.
He's passing it to the open guy.
Yeah, it's fun
Yeah.
instead of just I gotta give it to Diggs or he's going to be on the sideline throwing his helmet
Uh-huh.
at me.
This is going to be Josh Allen's best year, and he's had very, very good years. But this is going to be one of the most defining so far of his career, to just keep winning. And it's like, doesn't matter. You got rid of my secondary, you got rid of my best receiver, my other second best receiver, and I'm still going to win football games. He's really good.
We're talking. They got rid of their secondary, but that defense is still playing well.
Remember when I said that against them? That's you were like, oh, they're secondary. And
I thought, but no, they proved me wrong.
Well, I mean, these teams aren't stupid. They know what they have. Like, at least they think they have. Personnel wise, that if they could get rid of these guys and still play to a certain level, that they're going to do that.
And the guys are just stepping up. They're just playing good team football. Of all the teams, I think Bills are playing the best team football, both sides of the ball. They're just playing very well right now.
Bills are the best team in the NFL right now.
Yeah, I would say that honestly.
I believe it.
You think it's like the Josh Allen effect, whereas like they just have total faith in him. That we know what Josh is going to keep us in the game no matter what, and the defense goes out and it's like, we just got to stop Josh to win this game. Mm-hmm. The rest of the offense is like, he's going to get me in positions to score. He's going to get me in positions to be good, and I think that's probably
there's a chance to win always. Yeah. He's always going to be in every game. I saw a stat they haven't only lost the game by like 3 points in like the last 3 years or something like that. It's insane. They're always in the game. They're never out of it with Josh Allen.
And what's great about that Josh Allen effect is they know they could give up 3 points and still know that they're most likely Josh Allen's going to go get you a touchdown, take the lead.
Yeah.
So it's like they have that bend but don't break mentality, which just frees them up, I think, so much more.
Yeah, he gives you.
And
a
he's
lot
a
of
Clydesdale wearing the helmet too. So I mean,
he's large.
It's always fun seeing someone that's like 6'5", 6'6", 240. That can run like a 4.6 and throw the ball 80 yards in the air.
So the consensus is Josh Allen is excellent at football.
He's meant for football.
Josh Allen fanboy podcasts.
Nothing wrong with it.
No, we are backing Josh Allen this year.
He just looks good.
He does.
I mean, he does every year, but he just looks better this year.
He looks really good this year.
He has less weapons, and he's just displaying himself more.
It's like Rob's. It's helping them without Diggs.
Addition by subtraction.
Agreed. We have
talk about this one.
We have another double Monday night slate.
How is this game still on Monday night?
We went from the best quarterback in the league to a Will Levis Tyler Huntley matchup. The Dolphins on their third quarterback still giving 2.5 points at home to the Titans. A 37-point over. Rob, go ahead. You could set this one up.
I'm going to
set the table
for this game. Thank God I'm at darts for this game.
Huntley is a former Pro Bowler. So, with that being said, with the weapons and a former Pro Bowler, I'm just joking. But with the weapons, I think still on offense, I think just A-Chain enough could just get the ball in the weapons' hands this game and just have a gritty, boring, sloppy kind of game where one of these electric players break one loose for the Dolphins. And I think that's how they win. It's going to be 1 or 2 big plays on the offensive side because both defenses are just, I think, not good. They're going to look good, but in reality, it's just the quarterbacks are going to be terrible. But I think they have the better playmakers on offense, and I think it's going to be an A-Chain 60-yard run or Hill takes one to the house on a wide receiver screen, and that's how they actually overcome the Titans this week and win.
Yeah, Adam, what do you think?
Yeah, I like Miami as well. I think they just have the better playmakers on offense.
Mm-hmm.
I also think we were talking about how hot seats and with the Jags and Trevor Lawrence, if it wasn't for the contract, if they lose this game, he should be benched. I think if Tennessee loses this game, I think Will Levis is going to be benched.
I mean, his coach didn't seem happy with him in the last few weeks.
No, not at all.
No. Like we're saying head coach is the scapegoat. Will Levis is the scapegoat here.
Yeah.
And it was funny watching that game last week, Tennessee versus Green Bay, because Malik Willis was in Tennessee. And
yeah, that is kind of funny.
I called it the Malik revenge game, and Malik looked great. So Tennessee's a bad team. They have a bad quarterback. Head coach, I have no idea if he's good or not yet. Give me Miami. Even put anyone in there for Miami. They put one of us in there, and we'd win the game.
That's the better quarterback in this game is Tyler Huntley. He's better than Will Levis. He's at least an NFL or a competent NFL quarterback. And I think with McDaniels, he's going to do a little bit of LaFleur things here with Huntley. Just, I don't want to say dumb down the playbook, but like in that sense to where it's, just simplify it.
Get the ball in your playmaker's hands without doing too much.
They don't need Tyreek Hill to run 50 yards down the field.
Like you said, the skill players are much better. Well, they're better for sure than that is. And McDaniels is a good coach. He's smart and he knows what he has when he has it. And I think what they had with Skyler was a guy that could air it out a little bit more and they could run a lot of the same plays that Tua was running. And it just wasn't really the case.
They realized quick that
and now Huntley, he knows is a different skill set than what Thompson had. So the playbook kind of changes, and I think it's if you're smart, you fit it more to what he does. You just literally watch what they do with Malik Willis, and you do.
They're going to run the ball a lot. Dolphins are going to run the ball a lot this week.
Yeah, it's like running and quick screens.
Yeah, they got all their running backs too. Mostert's back, so I think it's just going to be a lot of running too.
Yeah, I'm taking the Dolphins. Dolphins across the board there again. Yeah. We'll go to the second and final game of the week. The Seahawks at the Lions. Lions giving 3.5, 46.5 point totals. The second Monday night game. Adam, what do you think here?
Seattle's been playing well. Detroit's, they play well, then they don't play well. I think just because this one's in Detroit, give me Detroit. I just think that offense is going to have the way with that Seattle defense, and I think Seattle offense is also going to have its way with Detroit's defense. But I think Hutchinson again is going to have a 3 to 4 sack game. He's been playing as he's the best defensive player in the NFL.
Somebody picked him to be.
I did.
It was me.
I just think Detroit wins a close, high scoring game at home.
I agree. I think it's going to be high scoring. Keenan Allen was upgraded to active. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a good game. There's going to be some scoring. It's going to be an exciting game. It kind of like when you first look at it, I think it sounds like. But I think it's going to be a pretty fun game to watch. I think it's going to be a good one. They did a good job putting it on Monday night. Except with another game happening at the same exact time, but whatever. I'm going to take the Lions. Also, I think the Lions are going to be better. Rob, what do you think?
What injuries? I know people say, "Oh, next man up," but Seattle is missing their whole defensive line, and that has been the focal point of their defense so far this year, which has made them like a top 10 defense. And I saw like 4 of their guys are hurt or out this week. And I think with that, it's going to be kind of hard to stop the Lions offense if they get rolling. Plus their defense, which they have who's defense player of the year kind of guy, but the rest of their defense isn't all that great.
It's not.
So they could be scored on. So if Seattle was full strength, I was going to pick them. But with their defensive line, given the opportunity maybe to the Lions to kind of get out there and score a little more than I thought they would, give me the Lions this week. And to me, it's an upset if Seahawks are actually fully healthy.
I mean, I could see that for sure. And then, like you said, Hutchinson's good, but the whole defense isn't as good. That's why I think I would take probably the over in this game. I think it's going to be, like I said, a fun one with some scoring to be had in there. So remind us locks of the week. Rob, what was your lock of the week?
Bucky Irvin over 100 yards rushing. But no, realistically though. Oh man, I forgot what my lock of the week was. It was one of the earlier games. And what was yours? Was the Seahawks?
I took San Fran my lock of the week. Shocker, 10.5 point spread.
Mine
was the Bengals. Mine was the Bengals earlier in the day. The Bengals just starting their run to the playoffs. This is the week I think they're just going to dominate.
Mine was the Chiefs -7 cover spread. all that. I think again,
I
I went
think-
to the Chiefs. I know that's oh, you're taking
Yeah.
the Chiefs back-to-back
Not-
Super Bowl winner,
and not
I
the
don't care.
backtrack. I believe Rob, your lock of the week was actually Houston.
Well, can I have 2 locks? Can I parlay?
Yeah,
this?
lock them, double lock,
Lock them in.
Eh,
It's a padlock.
lock
it's a
them
bet-
all
it's a
up.
bet lock.
Oh yeah. Texans, I remember.
Yeah, lock it in
Hey,
both.
Lock them both. Let's hear a touchdown. Who's scoring today? I want a touchdown bet.
You don't even need to hear it. It's Bucky Irvin from the goal line.
Bucky here.
I'm telling you, this is the Bucky Irving game. I'm not saying this be a Cowboy homer against Eagles. It's a Bucky Irving kind of game.
You guys seem to have most conviction against the Eagles, but that's
I mean, I was a 5-yard crossing route from being right. So, I mean, yeah, Bucky, anytime touchdown.
Give me a Jaden Daniels anytime touchdown.
Daniels. That's still good. I like that one. I said it earlier, but I'm taking Darnell Mooney anytime touchdown. I also would throw out there Lazard anytime touchdown. Those two, I think those two guys are going to score this game. Do you guys have anything else on your mind for week 4?
Yeah, well, we'll circle back to the game that happened on Thursday real quick, the Cowboys game. I know they won against the Giants and all that, but big injuries came from the game. With Parsons now being out probably
Parsons.
4 to 6 weeks. DeMarcus Lawrence can be out 4 to 6 weeks, even maybe longer. But I am reading that like Parsons is a freak athlete, so he might be only out 1 week. But with the Cowboys playing the Steelers, and then they got the Steelers, Lions, and a bye, I can see both of those guys being out till at least after the bye.
Yeah.
That gives them almost 5 weeks total to get ready for their next opponent, which would be the Niners. So that should be a fun week. So tune in for that, folks.
Niners will be healthy too. Knock on wood, hopefully.
You still got a trash can full of dirt at quarterback, so we're good. So
Yeah, sure do.
we,
So he's so bad. I know.
Parsons should be back by then. But yeah, like I said, the Cowboys won. They looked good first half. They didn't allow a touchdown. And with the injuries, though, the next 2 weeks will be kind of we'll kind of see.
Adam,
And that's
what's
my
on your
report for
mind?
week two.
What's on your mind? Final thoughts for week 4.
Some exciting games. I'm excited to watch some of these games. Like I said, I'll have the 4 o'clock. I'll have the Niners on, but I'll tune in every now and then to peek at Arizona, Washington, because I want to see Daniels versus Murray. Just that exciting matchup, and I want to see 1 o'clock. I might tune in strictly to Bucky Irvin going for over 100 yards against the Eagles.
I can't wait for next week's pod.
It's gonna be something.
I'll have my 100 sign up.
Maybe. I'm not gonna put the bet in for the Bucky Irving breakout game this week, but you never know. I mean,
You'll receive a text. You'll receive a text that first 20-yard run.
this man's gonna have something to say about that right there.
I'm going to say Rob can't text all of us saying blocking everybody. I'll text you on the side.
Uh-huh. Not
Dallas
this week.
already
We already
played.
won. We already won, so I don't care this week.
Yeah, it's a carefree Sunday.
Rob's carefree.
He just needs to
Look
worry
out,
about
he's going to be talking trash to everyone else.
the
Yeah.
Bucky Irving game.
I can't wait to watch.
I can't wait for Bucky Irvin to be at like 50 yards at half, and Rob's just going to be like, "Told you."
He's like questionable going into the game. He might not even get that many. He might have like 3 carries.
So is White though. He had food poisoning. It's a Bucky Irving game. Book it. A Bucky.
Well,
I'm ready
yeah,
to go.
there it is. Bookie bucket, book. That's pretty much on that note.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
We'll wrap that up. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell us where we went wrong. For Rob and Adam, I'm Richie. Thanks for watching.
Enjoy.
100 yards incoming.